169. There it is. Hello. Well, welcome to the Unitarian Church of Los Alamos. My name is Mimi Adams, and my pronouns are she, her, or they, them. And I'm a worship associate for our congregation. I'm actually the chair of the worship team. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your image of the holy, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. If this is your first time with us, we'd love to get to know you. Please sign our guest sign-in book in the foyer. You can also speak with our greeter, Mike McNaughton. Wave, Mike. There he is. Or any of us for more information about our church. If you are watching online, hello. Please sign our virtual guest book in the notes below the worship video. You can also sign our virtual prayer book if you have a joy or sorrow to share with our community. We have our Candles of Community area over here and in the back. Now I lost where I was. You are invited to come up to light a candle, and if you would like to, you can also write your joy or sorrow in the book, which is right next to the candles at the front, before the chalice lighting. Please feel free to come now during the first hymn or during the meditative hymn. There will not be class after time for all ages today. Children are welcome to stay at our activity table or to sit with their families. Our nursery coordinator, Sarah Hamoud, can also watch kids 0 to 3 years old in the nursery. Please feel free to talk to Terra Louise, our Director of Lifespan Spiritual Enrichment, for more information about our spiritual enrichment program for all ages. Please go ahead and silence your cell phones this morning as we begin our worship service together. Done. Church announcements can be read weekly through your email, can also be found on our website, and some announcements can be found in the back of your worship program, as well as on our March Community Engagement Offerings flyer. Our church announcements email comes out every Thursday at 12 noon. Today we are highlighting a few announcements. After our worship service, we will have 2 fun shops, F-U-U-N. Barb Mann will be leading a grounds walk. You can go with her to learn more about our gardens and vegetation. Mending with Dylan Gardner will need to be postponed to a later date. Please stay posted, and if you brought mending today, you are still welcome to gather to do so. At 2 p.m. today is the final performance of Myths and Moonbows, which is an absolutely wonderful play that everyone should go to, and it's performed at the Los Alamos Little Theater. 9 members of this community are performing in the play, and of course, a lot of people from the larger community. It has a lot of myths from around the world and vignettes about inclusion and acceptance. 2 p.m. is the final showing, so if you want to go, this is the time to go. If you need assistance with the cost of tickets, please see Terra, and the show is $12 today for the matinee. The next Sunday, join us on the 23rd at 1 p.m. at the co-op for lunch. On Monday, the somethingth, we will be meeting. There will be a meeting of the Sacred Grove celebrating spring in the assembly room on Monday at 7 p.m. at p.m. I would now invite us all to greet your neighbors by introducing yourself. If you would rather just wave at people instead of shaking hands, that's okay. I will ring the chime to call us back. Go for it.
I just didn't want you to fall. All right. Hello, wonderful, magical people.
When we leave what we know to explore what we have never seen, we carry the memories of safety and comfort that we already trust. When we journey into the mysteries outside of our own knowledge, we carry the courage and hope born of what we have already learned. When we steer into maelstroms that crash and thunder around us, we carry the peace and solace that we have already found. When we find a safe place to rest and rejuvenate, we linger in the warmth that we always keep with us. We light this chalice to remind us of the shining beacons that dwell inside and always lead us back to ourselves. Please stand in body or spirit to sing our opening hymn, number 347, Gather the Spirit, and let us listen to and sing the words that draw us outward and inward in this present moment. Nation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve life and fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow harmony. Thus we covenant with each and with all. Now the young and young at heart are invited to join Terra Louise for Time for All Ages.
Good morning. Good morning, beloveds. I'm Terra, and today our theme is letting go.
So, in thinking about letting go, 3 things came to mind: swings, organizing, and ravens. Well, I'll start. When I was younger, my mom took me and my sisters to a big amusement park in Denver. They had a very big swing. Whoops, it's much bigger than this swing. It was kind of like a bungee cord and a slingshot at the same time. So they pull you way up high, and then you swing way out. So you're secured to a harness, and I don't remember how I got up there, but I remember it was really high. And I looked out, and I was terrified. Then they counted down. I had some sort of thing in my ear or something. Somehow I heard somebody counting down, or maybe they're behind me, and they said 1, 2, 3, and I froze. Weren't they going to say 3, 2, 1? For a moment, I thought I shall just climb back down. Then I did it. I let go, and I got to fly. It was awesome. I had to let go to have fun. Have you ever heard of Marie Kondo? Yeah, she's a famous organizer from Japan. Since she was very young, she was obsessed with tidiness. One time, when she was young, she even got rid of things that belonged to her parents and her siblings in her house without asking them. They didn't really like that. But she kept trying to figure out how to help people maintain tidiness. She says, "You've probably heard discard anything you haven't used in 2 years, or every time you buy something new, get rid of something old." But then she figured out it came down to joy and how your things make you feel. What sparks joy? She found that doors open up and people are often happier and more able to pursue their dreams when surrounded by things that spark joy for them. In the process of finding what sparks joy, you let go of the things that don't. And as you let go of those things, she has you thank them for what they have taught you about yourself. Thank them for the role they have played in your life. Thank them and let them go. One day, near our yard, a raven was hit by a car. There was a huge commotion of ravens crying out, and they were pecking at the injured bird. At first, I thought they wanted to hurt it, and then I realized they were trying to help, and their cries were sadness and concern. I was headed out, and after I left, my mom and Jane, they gathered the injured bird up and wrapped it in a towel and put it in a box. And we called my friend Lori, who rescues, rehabilitates, and releases wild birds. She took the raven and cared for it for about a month until it was healed, and then she brought it back to our yard. When she opened the box, the raven flew out, and to our surprise, it was immediately joined by another raven. It seemed like it was the bird's partner, and they had been waiting. They circled round around the sky with glee and were joined by the presumable joy of other ravens. After several minutes of flying about, they perched together on a tree and looked toward us. The two of them cawed and cawed from high up on their perch, way up there. But it seemed like they were looking right at Lori, you remember? As if to thank her. For the beautiful bird's reunion to occur, we had to let them go back to the wild and not be held by love, but freed by it. I encourage you to let go. In order to feel the breeze and soar through the air, let go with gratitude. Thank the things, the people, the experiences for the roles they have played in your life. Let go, because love is not holding on. It is like the raven's release. It is not how we grip one another. Love is how we give freedom, space to live out our dreams, space to become our best. Love is how we let one another soar. Thank you.
This month's Share the Plate offering goes to the local nonprofit Juvenile Justice Advisory Board. Please feel free to use the QR code for the Givelify app. on the screen. It'll be on the screen at some point. May what you give bring you joy. And can someone help with the basket?
Oh, good, thank you.
You for your contributions to help JJAB.
All right, that was awesome, choir. My name is Elisa Enriquez. I go by she, her pronouns. And during this time for sharing our joys and sorrows, you're invited to come up if you haven't done so already and light a candle for anything in your heart. If you would like to share your joys and sorrows, the book is still available. And you're welcome to come up while we sing number 352, Find a Stillness. And those joys and sorrows that are written will be read aloud after we sing. Candles have been lit today for safe travels to all those going far away this spring break, including Elizabeth in Peru and Reverend Tina and the youth in Mexico building houses this week. Double this love, someone else wrote. They're on the Mexico mission trip, along with several other church groups, including the United Church. Today is closing matinee of Mitts and Moonbows with LALT at the Performing Arts Center. It's at 2 o'clock. You can see it, and I know that you already heard about that. But you don't want to miss William Hite as an adorable cat and John Fawcett as a, I'm sorry, a arrogant and vain, rich, beautiful God. Oh, and Jane is going to be holding on to the end of a chain for dear life. Not kidding. I got to see it on Friday, and it reminds me of being a child and having awe and wonder when people ask me, because Mimi has a gift for creating productions that make you feel like a child again. For those feeling despair, may you find comfort and hope. Safe journey again to all traveling this week. May they safely re-enter this country. For the family of Anthony, who was murdered in Espanola. May these and any joys and sorrows in your heart be reflected upon this morning. There's a meditation on letting go by Carol Allman Morton. Many of us carry a burden of worry, anxiety over the state of the world, worries about money, about the environment, our families, about peace and justice. May we trust that nothing will get worse for us, putting that burden down for a moment. May we let go of what weighs us down. May we find that we can set down worry for longer and longer periods of time. In our experience of letting go, may we be open to the possibility that we need not pick our worries back up. May we find passion and strength to work for change where we have the power to do so, and to let go where we do not. If not forever, let us put down any worries or anxiety for our time of quiet. May we be in quiet together. I thought this reading really fit with what I'm going to be talking about this morning. And the message title actually changed from about 5 weeks ago when I came up with it. So it was Cultivating Growth by Trusting and Letting Go, but it's been condensed to Trust and Letting Go. And here's a reading that really resonated for me from a book written by Jen Crow. Some of the best advice I have ever received was this: in whatever situation you find yourself, take what you need and leave the rest behind. Don't waste your energy arguing. Just take what you need and leave the rest behind. Over the years, I've found this advice works not only for family gatherings and 12-step meetings, but for the larger project of spiritual living too. And the best news of all, this taking what we need and leaving the rest behind isn't only a one-time thing. We can do it at any time. Looking back over our lives, we can hear the stories anew, choosing where to focus our attention and where to widen our view. We can let go of old ways of understanding that no longer serve us, and we can wiggle our way free, becoming the meaning makers and the storytellers of our own lives. We get to choose what we need in a given moment, and what we need gets to change. When I saw that trust was this month's theme, I looked up a few definitions of the word and started with, Merriam-Webster, and then I started looking at what the meaning was in Old Norse, and Trost, or Trost, for those of you who actually know how to speak German, means trust and confidence, as well as help or protection. In Spanish, the word for trust is confianza, and confianza means trust and confidence. It made me think about how I measure trust by how easy or difficult it is to have confidence in someone or something, whether it's something that's factual, safe, or protective. There are people whom we automatically trust: doctors, teachers, firefighters, and other helpers. We also automatically trust things we use every day: drinking water, our cars and car safety, playground equipment like swings, or groceries. Now think about the chains holding up playground swings at a local park. Now, if one of those links becomes rusty, no one's aware, maybe maintenance has not been happening, a child could be swinging on it and it breaks while the child's swinging. That child may get hurt. So trust in the county maintenance might falter. If transparency around playground equipment safety becomes a priority at the next county meeting, that can actually help rebuild trust. When we place too much unearned trust in someone or something, we may overlook red flags. We also create false hope and inauthenticity when we avoid reality. For example, a person may place false hope in earning easy money by selling cleaning products from their home, only to realize 2 years and thousands of dollars later that it was all a pyramid scheme. Rather than staying silent, that person warns others about the company, using their experience to help others not make a similar mistake. Hope is an expectation of something better to come, kind of like a rainbow after a storm. It sometimes requires letting go of something that was not real, even though we thought it was real, that we no longer believe in, or that doesn't work anymore. Trusting ourselves is about having confidence that, yes, we can do something despite setbacks and at times having to let go of relationships, goals, or ideals that no longer work. Think about those things that you have let go of throughout your life. It's through perseverance and letting go, both of those things, that we often get through difficulties. This can lead to positive change and lasting impact in our lives. I feel like I have a cotton ball in my mouth. Okay, that's better. Wow. All right. While it really hurt when I did not get into that PhD program in psychology, it also illuminated that what I wanted was not to do research, but help people. Rather than applying to other PhD programs or trying again, I pursued an MSW instead. I let go of that doctoral degree, and I have no regrets. Sprinter Asha Phillip continued to follow her dream of becoming an athlete after suffering a devastating ligament injury that kept her from pursuing a gymnastics career. She was 16 years old at the time. Facing this reality, she let go of the dream of being a gymnast and focused on something that was attainable, becoming an Olympic medal sprinter instead. Now, to be very clear, I'm not minimizing traumatic events or saying that it's easy to move forward from difficulties. I am referring to how we might weather storms and place trust in ourselves to overcome obstacles. Trust is often intertwined with hope, yet they're not the same. The American Cancer Society uses daffodils as the symbol of hope, as in hope for a cure. We may hope for something and may not trust that it will happen. A patient can hope that a healthcare company will approve a procedure without fully trusting that the insurance company will pay for it. When I fully trust somebody to do something, I don't hope that they'll do it because I have confidence or confianza that they will do as they say. I trust them. Everyone here knows I love to sing. And it was actually music that brought me out of my shell when I was a little girl. The teachers were worried because I wasn't social, I didn't speak very much, very, very painfully shy. It still brings me comfort to this day. And what has brought me comfort is being able to sing with the choir from time to time and sing with you. And like the African American hymn, "There is more love somewhere," I can usually cope when something seems possible. So I can think that we can keep going when something actually seems possible. There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. Sing hope with me. There is more hope. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. It was in the faith community of my youth where I found my love of music. And it reminds me that I have actually used the take what you need and leave the rest behind approach in my faith journey. Letting go has led me to personal spiritual growth. It has helped me find new hope by letting go of what I felt was a harmful dogma. I rejected much of the dogma that led to feelings of despair rather than hope. I also realized that I don't have to reject everything from my Catholic upbringing. Just like the slide says, love beyond belief, which I guess it doesn't say it up there, but you'll see it. Love beyond belief is actually was a movement. It is a movement in a type of way of being in a spiritual sense, created by a UU minister. Just like love beyond belief, I believe that I can keep those teachings that make sense and let go of the rest. Those teachings I've kept include love others, the golden rule, do unto others as you would like to have done unto you, and WWJD, what would Jesus do? These beliefs align with the UU principles of love at the center, which is a brand new principle as of 2024, and treating others with inherent dignity and worth. Many of us are experiencing less hope right now due to recent events in our country. It has been very difficult to keep love at the center, especially toward people who appear to be responsible for cruel injustices and unfair action and actions. When I saw the executive orders ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferencing and defending women from gender ideology, I felt so much anger. When I saw the person whose name rhymes with husk give a Nazi salute, I felt rage. This sense of dread and distrust is sadly leading me down a path of hate and thinking that those people are the problem. Getting stuck in othering or the false dichotomy of either or thinking is a slippery slope. You're either with us or against us. We fail to see people's inherent worth when we do this, and we can let hate creep in. We begin to demonize others. Love and hope are definitely not at the center of those feelings, nor are they healthy. Self-care, such as yoga, singing, playing Sudoku, Queen, and taking hikes can help, but it has not been enough. Taking action, like making 5 calls, donating to causes, and boycotting big businesses can help, but it has also not been enough. If offered the option to punch a Nazi right now, without retribution, I would seriously consider it. How many of you might do the same? But would that help? It is not really wrong to punch a Nazi, right? It depends, right? it might actually be necessary to protect yourself and others. That's when you have to. However, hating others is not necessary. It does not help us. So, is there an opportunity in letting go of hate? I found solace, of course, like many of you, in Martin Luther King Jr.'s words from almost 60 years ago. I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. King's words make me consider the paradox of sticking with love while at the same time fighting for justice. Is it possible to treat people with dignity while engaging with them in a fight for fairness and justice? Yeah, I think so. Now, Daryl Davis is a jazz musician, author, and speaker who personifies the ability to stick with love and let go of hate. He does this while changing the hearts and minds of those many who would prefer to hate or punch. Accidental Courtesy, Daryl Davis, Race and America, is a 2017 PBS documentary film that depicts Davis talking to leaders and members of the KKK. And we have a video queued up. It's about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's listen to Daryl's take on being pro-human. online couldn't see it, but the web link will be available on YouTube. But while over 200 members and leaders of the KKK have left as a result of Daryl's approach, I'm not sure that I could do what he does. He lets go of preconceptions about KKK members and treats them with dignity simply because they are human. Like Martin Luther King Jr. and Daryl Davis, they model an option for proactive dialogue rather than reactive rage. And it's something I want to emulate, definitely an opportunity for growth. Here's some final reflections as we leave this service. How can I hate someone when I don't even know them? How can we remain pro-human toward enemies? How can we let go of hate and respond with love? How can we speak up for truth and justice while being loving toward those we do not agree with or even trust? We can choose to speak up for the greater good and not dehumanize. Let's continue to care for ourselves, for each other. Let's stand up against hate by being pro-human. Let's trust that in letting go of the burden of hate we don't need to hold on to, we can find more hope somewhere with love at the center. May it be so. Please stand and body your spirit to sing verses 1 and 2 of our closing song, 346, Come Sing a Song with Me. As we extinguish this chalice, may the words of MLK Jr. remind us that we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Let's go forth to both find and be the hope in the world. Please join hands if you choose to for our closing songs. I know that COVID levels are a little high, so it's okay if you're not in, you can just do elbows for the way.